Welcome to OWAD. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring the newest expressions that's emerging recently. 啪啪打脸. Okay, it is four-character Chinese expressions which conform to the commonly used Chinese expression format made of four Chinese characters. But here you see a repetition. 啪啪 twice, same sound, right one after another. Okay, here is a major distinction between Chinese and English. In English, if we say "pa," which in this case means bam, bam, okay, English would regard it as redundancy because that sound of hitting the face, the bam sound already expressed. And why you express it again immediately after it. However, Chinese have no problems doing the same thing twice, exact same wording repeated twice. And I think that's related to Chinese is monosyllabic. So for Chinese to express a certain effect that you don't just hit it once, you hit it repeatedly. And then that's what is intended here. So we have to use two of those at least to give you the sense of it. It's not just one time thing. It's multiple times hit the face. Okay, so as an English audience, probably have heard of like save face, lose face. So Chinese attach a lot of face values to the face. Okay, so we tend to, I guess, sometimes conform to the societal expectations just so that we don't lose face because this face thing was, I guess, culturally conventions dictated. We have to follow it behaviorally in a certain way so that we can save our face. We don't be offensive. We don't, say inappropriate things, right? So that's the face. Now here we're talking about hitting the face. It's not a save and not even lose face. Lose face probably is there's no physical violence involved. You just quietly and probably publicly lose face, which can be mentally torturing you, but at least you're not experiencing that physical pain. Here is talking about 打脸. It's hitting the face. Somebody hitting the face with a repeated motion that produced the sound of pa pa, which is a Chinese sound marker to imitate the what we can hear in red, kind of like this would be the pop pop sound. And when you hit somebody else's face, I mean, supposedly you don't hit your own face, right? Then that is the motion. That's the vivid picture we're describing here. Pa 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 li. And it's commonly used expression nowadays to mean your theory or what you were bullshitting about. Oftentimes, like scholars, researchers, they're predicting about how the market is going, right? Or they are theorizing about something. So they have a convincing sounding theories about things. And then reality, the ground truth or the eventual happening, occurrence totally negated what they claim, what they predicted would be happening. And that Chinese would mercilessly use this expression on such public losing face moment of 现实, like reality is going to hit your face with the bam, bam. All right. So, okay, one by one. 啪啪打脸. Pa made of the mouse symbol on the left side. And you can see it's not originally already existed in the original word. I have to piece two of them together, just like lian was not in the original dictionary because that was a late occurrence after the dictionary was compiled. I mean, interesting, right? That is like a new formation of a Chinese character versus here we're doing is recycling the same existing Chinese characters, which commonly uses only 8,000 of them. And we just use different combinations, create different expressions to describe new situations. And this pa pa with the mouth symbol, oftentimes in later day Chinese, when we apparently it was not originally in the dictionary, so that was not existing 2,000 years ago. And later on, it's kind of commonly accepted. If we add the mouth symbol on the left side, that means the sound effect of something. And Chinese have a whole slew of sound effect words. That here, one commonly used is this English equivalent of bam, bam, this sound is pa pa. The right side, we have 5-finger hand symbol plus this 100. Or in the traditional and simplified Chinese, all use the color of light. And the color of light comes from the sun symbol, which is energetic ball. We have a sphere with one horizontal line in it. That means the energy in the ball shape. And that's universally seen, observed, felt, right? And that's the sun symbol. And when we have the sun ray escaping from the sun, and that's the color white. Chinese back then already recognized the color white comes from the sun color, what we consider white color. Okay, and then we have one horizontal line on top of that. So one white is a Chinese way to say 100. I have to use some imagination. Why one white means 100? Probably is related to the ancient times currency. So 100 is 10 times 10. And probably the unit of measurement of 10 of currency back then would convert it to one white color of silver or something that's kind of whitish color. And so instead of using that unit of measurement, we use that unit of color. We use the white color to signify the currency denotation to mean that it is 100. So one white is 100. Well, hand plus the 100 is the motion of like pounding the table, we use that, or slapping the face, we use that. Pipe, or you're hitting the ball when you play ping pong or table tennis or the real tennis. Pipe, we use that. The racket is the same character. So Chinese reuse this in almost like infinite number of scenarios, as long as it's connecting by some logic that's related to it. So this hand plus 100 or plus this one white is the sense of hitting it, slamming it. That we can kind of imagine or theorize that if you use your hand to hit something 100 times, something like that, or if you have a large note of currency, which in ancient time probably a precious metal denoted $100 bills of today in ancient format of currency, and you slam it on the table, that create a sound or the motion of slam. All kinds of possibilities. But Chinese use the hand symbol, hand motion plus the one white, which means 100 together to means this hitting, slapping, striking motion. And that plus the mouth symbol means the sound produced by such motion, which is English equivalent of bam, bam. Okay, hit, also 5-finger hand symbol. But the right side, instead of 100 white, is a spear. Spear shape. We can see that from the shape. It's a long staff with a pointed edge. That's ancient weaponry. So when we use hand symbol next to that, it means you're going to use your hand to attack, to play offense. You're going to use your hand to hit people. So that's the hit. So Chinese use 打脸, the same character. And in English, we may use punch your face or slap your face that denote the exact posture of the hand. Slap versus punch, right? Different hand postures at the moment of hitting. But Chinese don't differentiate that. We just use 打脸. And in this case, because we have bam, bam, this pa pa sound. So that means it's wider contact surface, which is a slap face. It's not punch the face. Okay, face, we have the meat symbol on the left side. So that means a body part, a meaty body part. And then the right side is human gathering. Human gathering is expressed by two exact, you can see the exact symbols of leftward facing human figure with mouth on top of it. Chinese use that to mean older brother, 兄. So we have two older brothers, apparently from different families, because in one family, you only have one oldest male sibling, that is 兄, which hold a special status in a family. And apparently, if there are two, it's from different households, and they are gathering. This triangle-looking thing is gathering. And I would imagine this language probably used from the perspective of the ruler, because oftentimes the country's rulers would single-handedly change the evolution, the natural organic development of language. Sometimes they change the sound, change how things written, how does meaning create this visual icon create a certain meaning because it's kind of mess up with their name or refer to their name, so they have to change it. So rulers can do all kinds of things to the language. And from rulers' point of view, when the older brothers, meaning people who are oldest, the wisest in a household, a gathering, that's from the point of view of the ruler. And when they are looking down, probably it's room full of people down there gathering in front of them to present something. And that could be the court of the ruler, which made of, I guess, administrators or ministers or generals. So they are the big brother, older, wiser males at the time gathering, and all you can see are people's faces. And I mean, a room full of guys, right? Probably older guys gathering in front of you, one ruler. From your point of view, how are you going to differentiate who's who, right? By reading their face. And this face, this from human gathering, paired with this meaty part, originally only mean this above your cheek, this segment, and eventually extend to the whole face. And again, this could be from the ruler's point of view, gathering of people, and you have the face ID back then for the ruler, and that eventually to mean face. And because it was not originally existing 2,000 years ago, so probably 1,000 years later, somebody created this li, this face image. So 啪啪打脸, okay, slap on the face. I guess even years later, probably this moment, Will Smith hit Chris Rock, slap on the face, would still be the epitome moment of human hitting another human, slap right on the face moment. And that's Chinese 啪啪打脸. Thank you for your time. See you another